Well, we're going to go to an interview that we had pre-recorded this week. Bill's going to get it up for us. We had the opportunity. I got a chance to speak to Michael Sweet. He is the lead singer, one of the founding members of Stryper. We're going to squeeze that in real quick and go from there. With me on the phone is Michael Sweet, the lead singer, co-founder of Stryper. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm so blessed. Thank you so much for fitting us in. I know you got a busy schedule, and let's jump right to the news, because Stryper fans, you may be excited to hear we have yet another new and exciting album coming out. Michael, tell us what's going on.
Well, we're celebrating our 30-year anniversary since we formed in 1983, and we have a new album coming out on November 5th called No More Hell to Pay, and a video coming out in the next few weeks, and fan weekend in Nashville and in the next week, and just a lot of stuff going on. We're actively touring, and we're still getting along to the point where we can be in a band together. The original lineup, believe it or not, which is saying a lot considering the fact that my brother's even in the band.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
It's pretty awesome. We're going strong, and we're blessed, and we're thrilled to. We feel like we're in our prime right now.
You know what, folks? If you haven't already gotten to YouTube, there's called the Official Stryper channel. They've added a couple new videos. They were down in Puerto Rico. You can catch out the You Know What to Do video. You can see Stryper Unplugged. I mean, there's so much stuff going on right now, and I know Stryper seems like it's something that I know it was from my childhood. My wife's a huge fan, Michael. It's hard to keep her out of the studio here. She's going to feel like she can get to you any way she can. However, let me tell you, folks, there's a lot of great history here. These guys have been putting out a lot of stuff for a long time. And, Michael, I really wanted to ask you, I mean, you've really seen the Christian music scene change so much. You guys were so kind of like pioneers of carving out a Christian niche, yet staying true to your inspired musical roots. And now we're seeing so much diversity in the genres, right? I mean,
oh yeah,
it's got to be incredible to be kind of on the ground floor of that 30 years ago.
It is incredible, and obviously an honor and a privilege to look back and realize that we were there on the front lines, back, like I said, in '83. And, at the same time, I mean, as you said, there's so many different bands and music and genres and labels going on these days. It's hard to keep up with, I still like the old days when they just called a rock or a metal band a rock or a metal band instead of a screamo band or this style of metal or that style of metal. And I get a little lost with all the different titles. But, it's just, again, we're very fortunate and to be able to still be doing it. And more important, and I talk about this every night from stage with the original lineup, a lot of the bands from that era, it's not the original lineup. For whatever reason, we're really blessed to be able to say, hey, it's the original lineup. It's pretty awesome. Pretty rare as well.
And you and your brother, I mean, we're talking about, To Hell with the Devil, I think, was in 1986, and it went platinum. It was on the Billboard charts. I mean, folks, this was so far ahead of what we're seeing now. And, of course, I agree with what Michael's saying here with some of the labels and the niches, and everyone's trying to carve all that out. You know what? There's music for everyone, and God's working in all these different genres. It doesn't matter what kind of music you like now or in 1986. There's stuff out there that you can enjoy. So let me jump to, folks, if you want to check it out, Stryper.com. Stryper.com, they have it. But, Mike, tell me about the tour. You guys are already you got some dates already set. You'll be on the road, I think, in October and November. So tell me a little bit about that, and include the whole fan weekend you got coming up.
Well, we've done this year so far, we've done about 25-plus dates. Most of those electric with the full band, some of those acoustic with just Oz and I. And we're still going. We've got a few more dates to happen, to go on. We're doing a live record, DVD and audio and video out at the Whiskey in L.A., and that's in November. And then we got the fan weekend coming up, and that takes place next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I leave next Tuesday on the 7th, so it's following that, and we're gonna do an acoustic performance, a live performance, a guitar giveaway. We've got some special guests. We're going to be basically staying at the same hotel with all the fans and eating with them and hanging out and one-on-one experience. It's really going to be cool and different, and it's the first time we've done it. We're going to continue to do it annually every single year.
That's fantastic. And let's talk about the new album a little bit. About you and your brother coming together. The band is got all the original folks together. To Hell with the Devil.
All the original.
Tell us a little bit about what to expect on the album. What are fans from the '80s and the 2000s and beyond gonna expect, and what will they hear of this new album?
Well, I believe, and this is saying a lot, but I believe this is our best record, the best record we've ever made, in so many ways. There is, over the years, you hear all the feedback from fans, like, oh man, I love this record, but I wish you guys would have done, more guitar solos like you did on that record, or more this on that record, or this, and you get all those comments, and you try to listen to them, yet at the same time still be artistic and creative, and be an artist and do your own thing. You don't want to snub the fans, but at the same time, it is art, and you want to create art that's original and unique and cool. And there's a fine line and a balance. And on this record, I feel like we were able to merge all those comments over the years and actually make it happen. We rolled in every single record all into this record. And then we also took it to a new level with the modern technology and the audio quality. And it's Stryper today, but it's Stryper of old. It's what everyone wanted from Stryper.
Well, I'll tell you.
Back to 85, 86, 87, and it's got those qualities and those flavors, and it's got the energy level that we I don't think have had quite the same since 86, 87, 88. We've recaptured that somehow. So I'm really excited for the world to hear this record as a whole, not just samples, but the entire songs. It's coming soon.
Well, definitely check out the samples, folks. Go to thatstryper.com and get that. And I don't know how you guys have it in you. Especially your vocals. I mean, it definitely sounds like flashing back to the late 80s and early 90s and the type of music that we know came out of that generation. So let me ask you a little bit. I just want to touch on briefly, because you have had one incredibly long and diverse journey in your faith, especially. Tell me how you stay rooted in that. How do you stay grounded in the music industry and the touring and recording, that you still carve out that relationship with God, and that you still keep your eyes on Him?
Well, first and foremost, I would say there's probably 3 points to that. And the first and most important one is just making the time for God. Whether it's while I'm walking, I just took my dog for a walk. Sometimes I'll just sit on the walk for 20 minutes. I'll pray, and just taking that time, a conscious time of saying, God, I'm going to talk to you, or God, I'm going to read your word, or whatever it is. So that's number one. Number two, accountability. I mean, being accountable to others. Whether it's the band members, Rob, Oz, and Tim, or a pastor, my pastor, or my wife, or whoever it may be, having someone in your life that you can go to. And the third would be, without question, absolute, and I kind of tied this into the first point, and is spending that time to learn. That reading the Word and growing in your faith and maturing as a believer. And the only way you do that really is to learn. Learn more about God. Learn more about His love. Learn more about who He is and what He requires of us. And, a lot of people don't take the time to do that. And I'm guilty of that, probably more so than anyone else. I get sidetracked by touring and, recording and whatnot. And then I realize, oh my gosh, I haven't read my Bible in a week. Or 2 weeks.
And I think that's a struggle that we all have, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're working in an office job, you're a writer, you're a singer, you're an executive. It's just life is consuming, and the challenge is to carve out your talents, your time, and your treasure so that it still points to God at the end of the day and at the end of our life. So,
and you have to. And, it's what's funny about life, though, is there are certain things in life that are a little easier for us to carve out time for, such as you go to the doctor and he says your cholesterol's high. Well, you're going to carve out time to go treadmill.
Hey, get your attention, right?
Because you have to.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, if we viewed our relationship with God that way, I think we would find the time to carve out, as you put it, because our life depends on it.
Yes. Yes, our eternal life. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, folks, if you are in any of these cities, I know everything gets uploaded to YouTube, so those of you that are listening through our YouTube when we upload this interview, you can go to Stryper.com. You'll see the different tour dates there from Tennessee to California, back to Illinois and New York. So they're all over the place. There's plenty of shows. There's going to be more to come. The new album's coming out. Feel free to shoot them some information. I know they're hooked up with different social media as well, and love to know they're fans of the 1980s and yesterday. So feel free to contact them and support them in any way you can. And Michael, again, I thank you so much for taking time out and spending with us and our listeners and catching everybody up on what's going on with you and your band.
Absolutely, and thank you guys for listening and for your time. And one last thing, this isn't a shameless plug, but I do want to tell people the best way to get all things Stryper, really and truly, are through my Twitter, because I go into Twitter and post personally. I don't have someone doing it for me on a daily basis. I probably 4, 5, 6 tweets a day, and I'll tweet scriptures and I'll tweet all the information about Stryper and whatnot, and that is Twitter.com/Michael H. Sweet. And that's the best way to stay up on everything Stryper and Michael Sweet related. We'll
definitely link to that as well. So, folks, when we get this out there, you can definitely follow him and you can keep up to date with everything going on from the tour and the albums and all the videos and everything that's out there. Michael, thank you again so much. God bless and be safe, and send my best to you and yours.
Okay, Brandon. Thank you. God bless you, man. Take care.
Take care, brother. All right, we're back live, and that was Michael Sweet, the lead singer and founder of Stryper. We have links to all that on the Global Dispatch radio page. You can check out and follow him on Facebook. You can see their YouTube page, go to their website with touring and information on the new album. So we're going to run to break now. We come back. We have some great guests coming up. We're going to talk some of Bob's health and infectious disease news.
There's a great youth mentorship program in the greater Tampa Bay area. Mission Flight United is a nonprofit organization which reaches out to kids, especially teens, who love aviation and want to fly. Whether they have an interest in helicopters, fixed-wing airplanes, or aviation mechanics, Mission Flight United offers education, flight simulation, and great life application skills to help in all of these areas. For more information on their weekly classes or to make a tax-deductible donation, contact the instructor, Dana Walker, at 207-233-0669. With every $50 donation, you get a 1-hour demonstration and can schedule a flight with Dana to see for yourself what Mission Flight United has to offer. Again, call Dana at 207-233-0669 or simply Google Mission Flight United.
This is Brandon from Dispatch Radio, and you probably hate taking your vehicle to the shop just about as much as I do. That little noise, that wobble, that rattling sound, well, we know it's probably something really bad, so we put it off and put it off. But I'm here to tell you about my friends over at Stouts Auto. Whether it be brakes, alignment, tires, AC, these are folks who just want to get you in and get you out, treat you right doing it. They have 2 locations in the area, 18300 US 19 North in Clearwater and 1801 Belcher in Largo. There's 2 numbers, 727-400-6955 in Largo, 727-475-6006. Check them out. Give them a call. You can go to their website at stoutsauto.com. Tell them the Global Dispatch sent you.
You are listening.